Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button. And to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, please check out those links below. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's 5 important things that successful gym sales managers do differently. 5 important things successful gym sales managers do differently. Okay, and a lot of folks that get promoted to that sales manager role, they get it because they were number 1 in sales. And I was that person at one time. I got promoted because I was number 1 in sales, and I didn't know anything about management. Had to learn it. I learned it on the fly. Fortunately, I did. Okay, but these are the things that really make that difference. So if you're new as a sales manager, listen up here. Maybe these are some things that can help take you to a whole new level of how to manage your team. Or if you're struggling, managing your team, because it's the same thing. We talk about a salesperson with our customer. We want to be accountable. We don't blame the customer. And if we're a manager, we don't blame the staff. What can I do differently? Because if you want to change somebody else, you first change yourself. Okay, it's a great rule to follow. So 5 important things successful gym sales managers do differently. Number 1, say less and ask more questions. Say less and ask more questions. Okay, in many ways, this is really no different than if you're a salesperson and how you work with the prospect. You ask more questions. You don't talk, tell. You ask more questions. You find out where that person is at. I know many times when I'm working with salespeople and managers and a host of others, I'll start off every meeting with, "Hey, tell me what's working well, what's not." I want to hear from their perspective. What do they feel good about? Where are they struggling? What do they think? I'm not going to give them necessarily. It doesn't really matter what I think. I need to earn that trust and gain that trust here. Okay, and so tell me what's working well, what's not. So learn to say less, ask more questions. Do more probing, understand where they're at. Number 2, catch them doing something right. My favorite story on this, some of you folks have heard me talk about this in the past, but I was in a meeting with a group one time. It was a new client, and we're having that first meeting, and someone had said they had questions, and the question was, "Jim, can you help prepare a report so we can write people up?" And what they were looking for is they wanted to catch people doing something wrong and going to write them up, and that's how they were going to enforce this policy. And so not really how we like to teach it. And I said, well, I'm happy to help you with this report. I'm happy to help you with this sheet of this document. But what if we did this? What if instead of catching them doing something wrong, what if we caught them doing something right? Okay. And they liked the idea. We did it. It worked very well. But get in the habit of catching people doing something right. Reinforce the good. Reinforce the good. This is what I see the best salespeople out or sales managers out there. This is what they're so good at. They reinforce the good. And it causes people to want to work harder. Because when people feel like they're appreciated, they start going to a whole new level. If all we do is catch them doing something wrong, you're going to go that other direction. Number 3, develop that next bell cow. Okay, and here's what I mean. You've got a team, right? Okay, maybe the team's pretty good. Okay, you're working on it. Okay, and you've got a number 1 person that really does some things well. But what I'm looking at, who's that next bell cow? Because what I'm looking at is who can people look up to? When new people are hired, who can they look up to? And so what do I mean by bell cow? It's kind of that informal leader, right? Okay, but it's people that have great attitudes. People that have that mindset of wanting to help the customer. People that are following that process. People that are good students. Okay, and they don't have to necessarily be number 1 in sales, but the reality is, if they're doing those things I just mentioned, they probably will be, or darn close. Okay, and so it's that bell cow. They're really not a manager. They're really not at the top yet. But they're that bell cow, that informal leader, winning attitude, great work ethic. They're coachable. They got that right mindset to help the customer. So I'm always working to develop that person. And this is one of the things that successful, gym sales managers do differently. They're always working to create that person. Okay, because what it does is reinforces, the message that the manager's given. Okay. Number 4, important things that successful gym sales managers do differently. They are a role model for seeking and accepting feedback. This one's big because a lot of folks will say, hey, I have an open door policy. Come to me for anything. And it's not always accurate. I mean, there's a lot of salespeople that don't want to go to their manager because they're going to be told they're wrong. They're going to be told they're not doing it right. They're going to be, lectured at some level. Okay, one of the things that people that really do well at this is they're easily approachable. Okay, and a person can go to them. They can get guidance. They can get direction. They can get advice. Without being lectured, if you will. Okay, and it's one of the things that I see that so many great managers do and do a great job of. And really that trust factor is so high. Okay, and the truth is, again, think about this, when we talk about sales training all the time, what do we talk about in that sales philosophy? If you help enough people in the world get what they want, you'll get what you want. Same thing if you're managing a team. If you help them get what they want, self-confidence, self-esteem, success, how to do this, a different approach, you'll get what you want. You'll get a flourishing sales department. Okay? I mean, it's going to be a lot better to pull them than push them. Okay? And then finally, number 5, really successful gym sales managers that they do differently, they make sales training the number 1 priority. They make sales training the number 1 priority. Okay, make sure we're training on a regular basis. Once a week, it's a 1-hour sit-down training class. Every day, we're doing 5, 10, or 15 minutes at some level. Okay, but we're always coaching, we're always training, but we're doing it in a positive way. It's not, oh, we're doing this wrong, here's how you want to do it. We're constantly training. We pick topics. Let's role play. Let's role play a tour. Let's role play a telephone inquiry. Let's role play, explaining our current promotion. Okay, but they make training the number 1 priority. And one of the things you're going to find that's true if you're not doing some of this, one of the great ways to win trust and win loyalty, train people, train them, teach them how to do it, show them how to have success. Because everyone has different goals and different things that they end up doing, but so much of what you teach folks, this is stuff they can use forever and ever and ever. Okay, so make training your number 1 priority in working with your folks. So 5 important things that successful gym sales managers do differently. If you're a sales manager, look at each one of these and how do you stack up? How can you improve on each one of these? Because each one of these, you improve on these, you will see an exponential jump, not only in the business that you write, but the referrals you generate, the staff that you recruit, the staff that you're able to keep. You'll see a lot of different changes as a result of it. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And again, to learn more about me and my company and how we can help take your business to that next level, please check out those links below. And we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.